So let's do this. First impression of the game, comparatively to Madden.
I like it.
Better than Madden, worse than Madden? About it equal?
It's a little better than Madden, I'll put it that way.
I think it plays better than Madden, and I did not notice the player teleporting that I pointed out to you in Madden before. But that being said, something seems just a little off with defensive backs.
In this game, yeah.
Yeah. But
well, you seen it with me on that one drive with you in the end zone, in the red zone. Fucking where I dove forward and I didn't even fucking do anything. But I'm chalking that up as this ain't released yet. They still gotta release a day one patch too, you know what I mean?
Either that or it could have been that maybe your controller has a stick drift, because that looked like you were going for a hit stick from the hike.
And then, to me, I don't feel like, how can I put it? I don't feel like it's the same game.
I think it feels like the same bones.
It's on the same engine, yes.
But, that being said, much like the first Madden that went to Frostbite.
Yeah.
It seems like it's focused on offense and defense is kind of lacking. It was almost like playing on arcade comparatively to simulation in more recent Maddens, where it's air it out, air it out, air it out. We're going to drive down the field. I'm okay with that. But when you've been playing nothing but simulation for the last couple of years, it's a little off-putting.
I am glad that there is a college game though again.
Yeah. I haven't even played with my favorite college yet.
So apparently they have a download center?
That is live, but not live. Like, they have some Tiburon created teams, but the team builder, where you can download teams and rosters and players and stuff like that, doesn't go live till Friday.
Okay. So we can't even create teams yet.
No, because I was going to start a dynasty, but the team builder's not up. So that's why I went Road to Glory to start.
Now here's the thing. Is Madden going to be on this same engine?
Same engine, yes. I mean, you can feel it. This is built on like the 2023 Madden engine. If that makes sense. But a lot less buggy. I don't know 100% that it's on the Madden 23 engine, but it feels very similar to late 22, early 23 Madden. Wherein defense is kind of lacking, but overall playable.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Except 23. 23 was terrible because of all the teleporting. It didn't have that, thank goodness.
And then what? When's Madden's release date? The
August.
beginning of August? Or is
Mid-August.
it at the end?
Mid-August. So, if Madden plays like this, I'm okay with it. Although, now, I said I was playing Road to Glory. That kind of feels like it's lacking in any kind of depth.
You think so?
Yeah, because at least in 14, 13, 11, those college football, you had Road to Glory, but you would at least have like the little weekly show. This is what your player did. He's really being a standout. Like, yeah, you manage your time, you go to class and all this stuff in this one, but it doesn't feel like it really has depth.
Well, you said you played, what, 7 games?
Yeah. Like, all the fanfare and stuff of team entrances and stuff like that, that's all well and good. I like that stuff. But it feels like a whole lot of pageantry and no substance.
Yeah.
Like, even if it wasn't like the weekly show of older NCAAs, even if it was, all right, at the halfway point of the season and they do a little recap of like your stats and stuff like that, something. Because I'm at the midpoint of my season. Now, granted, going to class and stuff and boosting that up unlocks abilities for your quarterback if you get to a high enough level. But again,
that's what you are too, a quarterback.
Yeah, I always start a quarterback career. That's the first thing I play. I'll probably go running back next, and then probably middle linebacker. So I'll probably do 3 careers. I'll just be constantly sending middle linebacker blitz. See, now that's one thing I miss from the older NCAAs and older Maddens. The ability to pick any position. Because I'd rather play a D end.
I thought 2K was supposed to be making NFL game.
They are arcadey one.
And how is that supposed to get released?
Last year, this year, next year.
They're just sitting on it, I guess.
Pretty much. But with all the server issues and all the other 2K games, maybe they should fucking wait and hammer that out first.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. Does yeah, I can talk. Does basketball have that issue too?
I don't know. I don't play it online. I have no interest to.
No, I would just like to have a wrestling game that fucking works.
And we're big wrestling guys. When you can't even get past the entrances before the fucking server crashes on you, you might need to do some server work. Because this might be the first time in 10 years where I don't get the special edition. Just because I know all I'm going to really play is the career mode, and then that'll be it. Because the servers fucking blow. For all the negativity thrown at EA, at least their servers work.
Yeah, I will give them that.
This has been
A
your
lot of
2K rant.
negativity for a lot of the reasons EA's hate comes towards them is how they reskin every Madden game.
But at the same right, there's no competition.
And that too.
Like, I wouldn't mind so much it just being a reskin of a working game. Not 23, obviously. 23 sucked. But say 24. 24 right now is fairly competent football game. I wouldn't care if they give a reskin, do a different career mode.
Truthfully, I think it's going to
If
be
they
on
had.
the way they're doing this. Because I find it funny, they bundled that and Madden together. So I have a feeling it's going to be on the same engine.
What I'm wondering, and I haven't heard anything about this, but I haven't really researched it either. Playing Road to Glory, am I going to be able to export like older games? Will I be able to take my quarterback from Temple University to the pros and get drafted?
That would be a cool thing to happen.
You know what I mean? That was in the older games. They may or may not have said something about it. Like I said, I have not looked into it. That being said, this is leaps and bounds above Madden in terms of customization of your own character. I actually have a character that looks like me.
Yeah, I
like,
agree with that.
And not like the caveman from the Geico commercials. Or no matter how white you make him, he still looks Spanish. Like, I know me, I'm very white. My complexion is very pale. I don't see much sun. I understand that.
I think relatively my character looks pretty good too, though.
Yeah, I'll have to look then. But I mean, mine looks pretty spot on if you took my glasses off. I mean, the eyes may be a little bit off, but that's about the only gripe I'm having. And that's something, just like with WWE, that I'll tweak and tweak and tweak until I feel like it's right.
But it looks alright. Damn, you had 8 touchdowns in that game?
That wasn't even my best game.
As a scrambling quarterback, I take it?
No, improviser. I was going to do scrambling quarterback, but improviser can do the same thing, but has better throw power and throw accuracy. Oh, man. So, let's do this to give college football pre-release its own rating. Where are you putting it at and why?
What scale?
On a 10 scale.
Oh, so we're doing it like the IGN way?
Sure.
So for pre-release,
Which means no custom teams or players currently. You can play Ultimate Team, which haven't touched that yet. Road Glory, stuff like that. From what
I
you've
was in that
played.
a little bit. That's no different than Madden's Ultimate Team.
Shocker.
Me? I put it on 8.
Okay, what could it do better?
Number 1, we don't know it yet. But like what you said, hopefully, like I was saying also, with them merging the two together in a bundle, hopefully you can take your player from college straight into Madden, into the pros.
Yeah, but whether you can or can't shouldn't be a knock on the game.
No,
in and
I'm
of
not
itself.
knocking. I'm not knocking it, but I'm just saying.
That's a hope for a future feature.
Yeah. What they could do a little bit better? Not so much screen shaking. I understand you want the feel of you in the arena, but I don't need this shaking constantly. Just let me know that, okay, the fans are getting louder, but when I'm trying to focus on something, that kind of takes away from it.
That's the whole point of it, is to rattle you. You're away. You should be rattled. For me, that's not a knock. That's a positive.
Or you can do it this way, just have that be if you're an away team. The home team don't really need to feel that.
I mean, they do if they're losing big at home. Because what's the one thing that you're always taught in football? Defend your turf.
Yeah.
If you're losing big, yeah, you should be rattled.
Then
And by big, I
really-
mean 3 scores or more with less than half to go.
I really don't have any gripes with this game though.
Okay,
A little bit of the screen shaking was one of them, but that I can live or take. Because all you gotta do is sit down on the D-pad and then you can just go into the lower quarterback zone. Because then it don't shake. If you pull back and you go out the wider camera angle, that's when it shakes.
So you give it an 8 with not really a gripe, but it's not blow you away. Is that fair to put it?
Yeah.
Like, it's a competent enough game at pre-release. Okay, so now for me, I'm going to give it an 8.5
Okay, 8.5.
because it
I was going back and forth between that or...
it's competent. It plays decently. Server was good, but it feels like it's lacking something, some substance. Defense needs a little bit of tweaking, but overall, I'm happy with it. Presentation is good. Graphics are good. I have no issues there. Like I said, defense, or at least defensive backs, something there. Just, it feels arcadey. Or kind of looking for more sim, or an option for a sim-like feel.
Doesn't this have like a simulation feature?
I don't know. I've left everything alone other than changing the kicking meter to a double tap instead of tap and hold.
Oh, here, let me go in the settings. Maybe I can tell you.
Because I'm just going by the base setting. It feels like defense needs a little tweaking. Don't go overboard like with Madden 23, where there was no defense at launch, and then all of a sudden teleporting defensemen 3 patches in.
Yeah.
Because I noticed like the AI cognizance, play recognition, stuff like that. Players are taking very weird routes to the ball carriers or completely whiffing them when they're lined up to hit.
Yeah.
So I have noticed that. So that may need a slight tweak. But it's a good bare bones football game, but it needs some substance. Granted, when Team Builder comes out, as of right now, they say Friday, but who knows if that, once that comes out, that may bump it up a little bit because I'll have the fun of creating, you know, the half black hearts or malevolence, whatever the hell name I go with. Road to Glory needs some sort of something. Needs some sort of just a little bit of story.
There is no like way of
setting.
Yeah. There's no simulation, no nothing.
Like I said, it feels very arcadey, which I'm not against. But when I'm saying for it to play the ball and the players stand there and do nothing, like you threw a couple balls right at my defensive back and I hit the play ball, he doesn't swat at it, doesn't do nothing, he stood there.
Or just hit him in the back.
That also, you bring that up, tackling needs tweaking. Too many broken tackles. Like there are times where you stuck me and I stuck you and our guys just bounced off like pinballs.
Yeah.
I get it if you're going for an arcadey feel, but you're not saying you're arcadey. You're not really saying you're simulation. You're trying to toe a line. You need to pick a side. If it's gonna feel arcadey, make it arcadey. Let me put up 3,000 yards a game. Just air it out offense all day.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, the game's not bad.
Oh no, the game's great. As it sits, it just feels bare bones. It could have something more. Something with substance. Plays well, servers were well, looks good, presentation is great, announcing is great. It's fresh compared to Madden.
That's another thing too I was talking to Brian about yesterday. I want different commentators for Madden. No offense.
I don't need different commentators. I need updated commentary. I shouldn't hear the same 6 lines 300 times over the course of a single season. Like with this, you figure, you know, there's 100 and some odd teams. And there's commentary for each little thing and all that. So how come this can get it but Madden can't?
Yeah.
Just like one of the things that I like playing about as Temple. You play at the Link. And here we are at Lincoln Financial Field, home of Super Bowl, or the 2018 Super Bowl champion Eagles, also home of the Owls. Like a little player like that, I love that. It's not much.
I never took no. Oh, well, I didn't.
You
play
haven't
as
played as
Temple.
Temple. Haven't played as Temple in Temple. Well, at the link. Like I said, all the pieces are there. It just needs a little bit of something. It needs some defensive tweaking. Needs some break tackle tweaking. Like your 85 overall receiver shouldn't be breaking away from a 93 cornerback with fucking a hit stick.
Yeah.
My 73 running back should not have been blowing through your middle linebackers. And I get it, it's kind of an arcadey feel. But little things like that, they adjust that just a little bit, so there's a little more having to game plan and accommodate for when things aren't quite there. Could take that up to a 9 easily. Just those little things. Add a little substance, this game's at 10.
That's another thing I'm glad that they did is that commentary's fresh. But I really would like them to do. I will say one thing about this game. This game does not feel like it's played on Sunday either. You can tell it's got like that Saturday afternoon feel.
Oh. And as you play more, there'll be certain times where you're playing the Saturday night game and it'll comment about that. Like little things like that are what you need. It's what Madden desperately needs.
Because I said to Brian yesterday, I said this game gives a Saturday feel. It doesn't give me like I'm playing a Madden game.
Now, here's the other thing I'll tell you. You've been playing as Boise, right?
No, I've been for my career I've been playing as Iowa.
They have a fairly packed stadium every week, don't they?
Yeah.
I'm in a shitty conference. Half the stadiums are empty. That's something that you'll not see in Madden ever again because of Goodell saying no, doesn't want stadiums to look empty. But it's more realistic.
Which is true. Not everybody can afford a fucking NFL ticket.
Well, not even that. Who's gonna go and see an 0-16 team? A 1-12? You're not gonna see it. You're gonna see half of an empty stadium, or it be packed with rival fans. Like hell, I played. Trying to think who it was I was playing against. Might have been University of Connecticut. But like past the first 3 rows, the stadium was empty. And it makes sense because they were 1-4 when I was playing them.
But here, I'll send you what the stadium looks like on my end. Like it's a packed.
You know what I mean? If you go and you play a shit team, stadium's almost empty. As it probably would be. That doesn't make me think lowly of a team. It's realistic. Or like if you're a Division I school, somehow playing a top 25 ranked team, most of your stadium's probably going to be that top 25 team's fans.
Yeah.
It's like playing any NFL game. Like what was it, 2 years ago? When the Eagles played the Chargers and it was a sea of green in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
That stuff makes sense. I am completely okay with that. But you'll never see that in Madden. Anymore.
Not until Roger Goodell is gone.
Even then, I don't think you'll ever see it again. Because it's not solely Goodell. Goodell's just a figurehead. If you're talking team owners are voting on this kind of stuff and stuff like that. Yeah, they don't want their team to look bad. I get it from a perspective wise. I get it.
Like me, I'm 1-1 right now. Dude, trying to fucking ease out. Now my other good thing about this is the visuals. The visuals are unreal.
Yeah, it looks very good. Presentation is great. Like, I'm not gonna play this game. I'm gonna hop into one of my career games here quick and see what the crowd looks like, because I'm facing a 1-16. Just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about.
Welcome to Dowdy Ficklin Stadium.
Me, I haven't really had an away game yet. I've been all home, and I just scored a
They
touchdown.
are ready for a showdown. There's just something about the nightcap after a day of wall-to-wall.
I'm playing the nightcap game again.
This is when chaos ensues. As we'll see, the winners of 7 straight up-tempo out, taking on a squad, the East Carolina Pirates. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis.
Yeah, see? Now that I can live with.
Like, yeah, you're still gonna have your diehard fans, but you're not gonna have fringe fans showing up to a 1-16.
No.
You're not gonna have a packed stadium every week. But yeah,
No, you know what I wish that they would do for Madden, and this is just me just saying what I'm saying. Okay, I understand there's a lot of money to go into it, and I know why this is not done. But give me CBS and Fox and fucking ESPN. Get all 3 of those, have all the commentating teams that are on them. Like, do your
it doesn't even have to
CBS
be.
team.
Doesn't even have to be those specific teams. Like, have your Charles Garden and Brandon Whedon do what would be, say, the Fox games, the NFC games.
Yeah.
Have another crew do the AFC home games, and have a Monday night and a Thursday night.
And then just do your halftime show like what they used to do with hockey.
Or
Which I
2K5.
wish hockey. Yeah, that too.
Bring back Boomer.
Either have Boomer do it or have freaking Howie and them do it. I don't care who it is. Just give me a solid fucking halftime show.
I get it, that would be a bit of money, but it would add to the realism that they're going for. To just have Charles Garden and Brandon Whedon call every game does not feel right.
Like,
There's no difference
any
between NFC, AFC. It doesn't make a difference.
yeah.
And at the same, in the same vein, you can pretty much use all the stuff that's already recorded by that commentary team for the NFC, and then just all you really have to re-record would be a secondary team and a tertiary Monday night, Thursday night team.
That's another thing too. I wonder if
Fuck it, give me the Mannings.
shit, give me Shannon too.
Just
I'll
don't
take
give me
Shannon
Buck and
first.
Aikman. I hear enough of them too. Don't give me Buck and Aikman. Give me any other team.
I hear enough of them.
Seriously, they fucking commentate every Eagles game
Yeah, I know.
and then sit there and kiss the cowboy ass. It gets irritating.
I think they do that just to piss off us Eagles fans.
Well, it's not only that. Like,
Cowboy!
I get it. He was a cowboy. Great. Good for you. But then they're also front runners. They don't want to talk about the game that's in front of them. They'd rather talk about, oh, well, you see what Mahomes is doing, or you see what Josh Allen's doing, or instead of commentating on the game in front of them. Like I get, there's a lot of dead air to fill. But you can kind of talk about the game that you're on and the teams that are in it.
Or how about we do this? You know how they do in the middle of our game, like in regular games, where they go to the studio to give other scores of other teams. Do that.
I mean, I understand why they don't. Because it extends...
like I said, money. Yeah.
Well, no, not even that. It extends game length. And if they did do that, then people are going to be bitching that either they're playing pitcher and pitcher, or... I get it.
Or what they could do, and I think they did this with hockey, if I'm not mistaken. It was either hockey or baseball, or one of them, where they would have them be like, oh, well, we talked to this person earlier. Have fucking whoever is down on the field talk to them too. Like, have at least like a third commentator in there too sometimes.
That's it. For what it is, they are not bad commentators in Madden. But it is stale. It's been the same thing since... When did they take over? 18?
17, I thought it was.
Well, whatever. So for the last 6 years, they add in a couple of extra lines and expect that to feel like a fresh game. It just feels like a cash grab, which is what pisses people off. The reason why they say it's a reskin. Because it pretty much is. But that's it for what this game is. Pieces are all there. It needs just very little. And it's all stuff that could be added in day one patches. It could be little tweaks throughout the season. It's got solid structure. Now it just needs to be fleshed.
And another thing, my gripes with Madden also. Not every Madden every year needs to have rap music. Give me some fucking rock music in there. Now that'd be me being racist because I don't want to hear rap music, but I don't give a fuck. You can think what you think.
Go back to the days of 04, 05, 06, where there was a mix.
Or even 10. Because 10 had an even out soundtrack too.
Or like any NHL game where it's a mix. They may not be the best of songs, but there's at least a mix. like I'll say, 23 NHL. Great soundtrack. 2 bands that were on there that I wound up looking up and I actually like. This year's, not so much.
Who was on 23s?
Holy Wars and Wind Waker.
Boo! Well, actually, they do that in this.
Although, I was hyped as shit earlier when we were playing and Zombie Nation played in the background.
What the hell is that?
That's the oh.
Oh, okay.
That's like if you go back to old Maddens and you have the For Whom the Bell Toll bells for when Chicago comes out. They don't do that anymore.
Did they have that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You're talking that would have been like between 08 to 13-ish? Which is going to make you break out one of your older consoles and go, he's lying to me. You played at Chicago in Chicago? Yeah, it had the For Whom the Bell Tolled bells as they were coming out the tunnel. Because that's Chicago's entrance theme. Or at least was for a long time. I don't know if it still is. I haven't. Who watches the Bears?
Your dad?
Even my dad don't watch the Bears, and he's a fan.
Player of the game! Look at that shit! My 3rd game in, I got player of the game.
It took you 3 games?
Yeah.
You suck.
No, but I made player of the game, asshole.
You suck. 3 games. Scrub.
180 passing yards, 50%, and 5 touchdowns.
In 7 plate games, I am the player of the game 5 out of 7 times. I can't even front on the last game I played. Fucking running back had 473 yards and 8 touchdowns. Yeah, give him the game ball. I understand that one. Yeah, something like 44 rushes for 473 and 7 touchdowns. While I also passed for, I think, 440 and 6. And ran for 80. So yeah, I can understand the running back getting a nod that time. Yeah,